What is the best way for someone who's either entering undergrad or entering medical school or entering university from community college? What is the one way you would advise them to learn how to study?
I think that's an excellent point. I'll give you two examples in my life. One was entering undergrad as a freshman, and my first semester was when I got my first B's and my first C. I have a C on my record. A lot of people think that's the end all be all. You're not going to get into medical school, you have a C, but it's really not. So that was my initial take on freshman year. I had a really tough time where it's kind of like you're jumping on a rocking boat and you're trying to get your footing. You just need to get your footing. You need to get the balance right. Nobody's used to what's going on around them. You need to be able to adapt. So I think that transition of stepping up to the plate, being able to adapt, really sets you apart, from the rest of your class and from the rest of medical school applicants. Now, transition towards entering medical school. Same situation. I was terrible my first semester of medical school. And, to be fair, the first 2 weeks of medical school, we covered more than all of my undergrad. It literally was daunting to me seeing 1,500 to 2,000 PowerPoint slides full of content, new words that I've never heard on every single page, and having to know all that for a test that's 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out. It was daunting. And I wasn't succeeding. There's something called remediation in medical school where if you don't get above a 70% or a passing grade, you have to take another test. And if you don't pass that, then you have to repeat the year. And they make the second one obviously more difficult, etc. But I had to remediate 2 of my tests. I got a 69.4 on one, which was awful because 0.5, they push you over, and I think I got a low 69 on the other one. And those remediations really taught me how to adapt. They really kind of threw me overboard and told me I need to get back on my feet. I need to figure out how to, fix my style. And luckily, I started exceeding above average in my class from there on out. Ever since then, I've been close to, the top quartile of my class of, being able to succeed, being above average on tests. But no one starts there. Not a single person starts there. And I really, really think what makes the difference for those people who, are like myself, where you're not succeeding at the start, you're not grasping, is adapting. And I think what comes with that, to be more specific on what adapting means, is trying new things. If this week you're trying, flashcard systems, whether it's Anki or whatever app you're using to do flashcards, and that's not working for you, you need to try something else. Yeah, go talk to your class, see, hey, what are you doing to study? What are you doing to study? But nobody's way of studying is going to be exactly what works for you. You're going to find your own way. But you got to get creative. You got to get creative in, okay, am I going to be just reading the book over and over? Am I going to be just going through PowerPoint slides? Am I going to be just Control F, looking for certain material? Once you find your style, you can succeed. But I tell every single first year medical student this. I say, look at the way you're studying right now, and in a year from now, I promise you it's going to be completely different. And every single second year that I had this conversation with a year prior, they're like, yeah, I tried 4 different styles and I finally got it and I'm finally succeeding. So that adaptation comes with, getting creative, trying new things. And again, don't do what everyone else is doing. If everyone else is saying this works for them, go ahead and give it a shot. But if it doesn't work for you, it's not end all be all. Getting creative is really, really important in those situations where, you just imagine like you have 2,000 PowerPoint slides. You took a test and you didn't do as great as you want, and bam, the next Monday after that Friday's test, you're back on the content, and some medical schools, to be fair, I think UCLA, David Geffen, they give you a 1 week period prior to your test to just review content. No new content, it's just a review week, then your test. Unfortunately, my school's not like that. They give us a 2-month summer break. So because of that, they got to squeeze the information into the time period we have. So because it was like You have new content on the Thursday before the Friday test. It was really kind of insane. So again, getting used to that is going to really make you succeed, and being able to adapt to adverse environments really makes a world of a difference.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. If you don't mind, please leave a like and subscribe. And with that being said, see you in the next one.